In 1963, approximately, don't take my word for it, approximately 1963, there was the first group of American Breslovers to travel to Uman by Rebbe Nachman's grave. And that trip was very, very expensive. It cost people per ticket back then over $1,000 to pay for the ticket, which in 1960s was much more than $1,000 today. We can multiply it by 4, by 5, by 6. So the ticket was very, very expensive. People who went on that trip, they literally killed themselves to get the money together. There was one elder from the group, his name was Rebbe Nachman of blessed memory. He just simply wrote out a check and he joined the group. He was number 10. And for him, there was the least obstacles from the rest of compared to the rest of the group to get to Uman. And it was a very emotional trip because it was a time of KGB Russia where the gates were closed and the government officially okayed and allowed this trip to happen. It was even in the media. In order to stress that the government was agreeing with the trip, it was in the media, the Russian media, the world media, and even the municipality of Uman. They prepared a nice welcome reception and meal for these 10 Jewish people from North America coming to Uman. This Rebbe Nachman made it easily. And the other group of the people, like we said, they had to really kill themselves to get there. So in the group, when traveling to Uman, they asked Rebbe Naftali, how come you had it so easy? We had to kill ourselves to get the money together for this trip, and you just simply wrote out a check and you were able to go. And we had to daven a lot and a lot of yearning just to get the money together, to have miracles and doors moved and open in order to have this happen. How come you had it so easy? So he said, because I had already struggled and toiled and suffered and prayed for this moment at least 40 years older. He explained that before the World War II, he was a young man learning in the yeshiva of Rabbi Meir Shapira in Lublin, Yeshivat Chachmei Lublin in Poland, and he being one of the young Breslovers wanting so much to cross the border, the illegal border between Poland and Russia and the Ukraine in order to get to Uman. And he even joined groups who tried to illegally cross the border. They were caught and he never made it. He never made it through. He was scared to join them. Some made it, some didn't make it. They were sent back. Some unfortunately were even shot. They risked their lives. So it was a very dangerous thing to do. And he remembered, he said, as a teenager, how many davenings I prayed for over a year, every day, a few hours a day, to get to Uman. And how much I worked on getting the money together in order to bribe the guy to cross us the border illegally from Poland to Russia, and all the preparations I did in yearning and crying and toiling in order to go. And I just stood there when the group crossed the border, and I was so scared to go with them. I just stood there looking. All my prayers and yearning and the efforts I put went down the drain. And that's what I thought. And all these years, I was always wondering, Hashem, what are you going to do with all the yearning and the prayers that I put together? And now, over 40 years later, all those prayers were waiting for this moment. And that is why everything went easy now. Because I had already, 40 years earlier, had prayed for this so much, davened for this, and toiled for this so much. And now it came to fruition. And this rule happens in life, always. This is Rav Noson's wording. Again, quoting the Zohar, that your efforts, your prayers, don't go unanswered. You will see the results, whether it's directly to what you're asking, whether it's indirectly, but prayer, good desire, good yearning does not go unanswered. Like the Zohar says, late Re'uta Tava De'it Avid. There is no good desire that is ever lost.